hello, Mateo. Your lunchbox was made by your wife again today, right? I'll eat it for you.
Sorry, but I already ate it.
What? What do you mean you already ate it? But lunch break just started.
I told our department head that you were stealing my lunchboxes these last few days, and he let me take my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than anyone else.
What? You told our manager? But I was so looking forward to your lunch today.
Please stop messing around, Stella. Why do you always try to take my lunchbox?
Because I don't bring my own lunchbox.
There's a cafeteria in the office, and there's even a convenience store that's only a minute walk from here.
It's such a hassle. And besides, it costs money, right?
That's not my problem.
What? You're being so mean, Mateo. I've told you this several times already, but I'm a single mother and have 3 children. I have to take care of them, so I need to save money and time in whatever way I can. Don't you get it? That's why I always take your lunchbox. We need to help each other in whatever way we can.
Alright, but why always me then? It still wouldn't be okay if you did this to another person, though.
That's simple. Because your wife makes the best lunchboxes around here. You see, I helped myself for a sampling of everyone's lunchboxes on my first day here, and your wife's food was by far the best.
Okay. I'll tell her you like her food, I guess, but when have you ever helped me, Stella?
Don't I always help you out with work? Oh, and don't tell her that I liked her food.
Alright. But don't you always just make a mess and I have to take care of it by doing overtime?
Come on. You're being so mean, Mateo. I can't help it if I make a few mistakes after all. I've only been here for a few weeks.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. The lunchbox I bring to work is something that my wife made for me. She doesn't make these so you can eat them, Stella.
I know. Why not just ask your wife to make a lunchbox for me as well? That way I won't have to take yours anymore. Come on, help me save some time and money. It's called cooperation, Mateo.
This isn't cooperation, so no. This is called you stealing my lunchbox.
What? You're so mean, Mateo.
Besides, I've already finished eating today.
But then what am I supposed to eat for lunch?
You're not a child, so figure it out yourself. Didn't you at least bring your wallet with you? Go buy a sandwich or something.
I already told you. I'm the single mother of 3 children, so I have to save time and money in whatever way possible. Buying a sandwich will cost me precious money. Since you didn't give me your lunchbox today, go buy me something at the cafeteria.
Huh? No, I'm not going to buy you anything at the cafeteria. Please don't contact me again about stuff unrelated to work. Bye.
What? You're not going to buy me anything at the cafeteria? You're so stingy, Mateo. I bet you wouldn't say that to your wife.
Hi, Rena. I just got out of the office and I'm on the train now.
Got it. You were able to go home at the time you were supposed to today, I see.
Yep. I decided that I wouldn't do overtime today no matter what. I was able to finish all my work right as I was supposed to leave.
Thanks for your hard work. That reminds me, were you able to eat your lunchbox today? I know that this weirdo from work's been stealing your lunchboxes recently.
Yep. Stella wasn't able to steal my lunchbox today. I spoke with my manager and told him about the situation, and he let me take my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than everyone else.
I see. That's good then. But didn't the manager try to stop Stella from stealing the lunchboxes or anything?
He did. He gave Stella a warning, but judging by these texts she's been sending me, it had no effect on her. Ugh. I can't just leave for my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than everyone else every day from now on. It's going to be inconvenient for work. Not to mention that Stella will probably just find another person to steal lunchboxes from.
I understand. So, you need to do something about the root of the problem, right? But still, she really seems to love those lunchboxes I make. This Stella is a part-time worker who joined the company a month ago and is the single mother for 3 children, right? And it all started when you were eating lunch at the cafeteria with your colleagues when she suddenly just took an egg roll from your lunchbox without warning?
Yeah, that happened a week ago. Suddenly, a hand reached out from behind me and stole my egg roll. It was so sudden I didn't even have time to stop her.
Wow. I can't believe those are the actions of a grown adult.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. So the day after that, she stole my lunchbox, which I put in the refrigerator. The next day, I put it in my desk with some ice packs instead so she wouldn't steal it. She still managed to take it from me while I was gone. I had gone to the toilet for a bit before our lunch break and it was gone when I returned. This was yesterday, but today I was finally able to eat my lunch thanks to my manager letting me go on my lunch break early.
Well, she seems very determined. I guess she just really likes my cooking a lot. But I feel like she no longer wants to eat your lunchbox, but is finding pleasure in the act of stealing itself.
So that's what you think too? I think she just finds this whole situation amusing and enjoys stealing my lunchboxes, kind of like a bully from school. I wonder if there's any good solution to this.
I think the easiest thing would be to just not bring lunchboxes anymore.
I guess that's an option, but we should make that the last resort when nothing else works. It'll make me feel like we lost to her, you know?
Yep, I agree. I always loved cooking, and it was always my dream to one day be able to make lunchboxes for my husband. I don't want it to end with me not making you lunchboxes anymore. Am I just being selfish here?
No, not at all. I feel the same way. I'm not going to let her ruin my time of relaxation and enjoyment, eating the lunch my wife made for me no matter what. Anyways, I think I'll try talking to our manager again tomorrow.
Yep, I'm counting on you. Make sure she gets what she deserves.
How are you feeling, Rena?
Oh, hi, Mateo. It hurts a bit still, but I feel better than I did in the morning thanks to those pills. Sorry I'm not able to make you a lunchbox today. To think I was so excited to make you a lunchbox yesterday.
It's fine. Don't bother about it. You'll have only gotten worse if you pushed yourself too hard and made me a lunchbox.
You're right. Thanks.
You know, I think I'll go home in the afternoon today.
But isn't that going to set you back at work?
Nah, don't worry about it. Anyways, your mother came to see you today because she didn't have work, right? They're going to be leaving for a trip this weekend, so she'll probably have to leave early today for preparation.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not that busy with work right now, so it's not going to be that big of an inconvenience if I leave home early today. Even my manager said that I could leave early so I could check on my wife. He's even letting me text you while I'm at work.
I see. If that's the case, then I'll take you up on your offer.
Alright. I'll go home as soon as I fill out the necessary papers.
Yep. Thanks, Mateo. Hi, Mateo. Where's my lunchbox for today? Where did you hide it? Tell me.
I don't have a lunchbox today.
Huh? Why not?
My wife wasn't able to make me a lunchbox today because she's sick.
Huh? Just because she's sick, she doesn't make a lunchbox anymore? This wife of yours is useless, Mateo. Then what am I supposed to eat? I'm going to have nothing to eat for lunch again because of you. This day for sure, I'm going to make you buy me lunch at the cafeteria.
Don't you dare insult my wife like that. I don't care if you got nothing to eat for lunch. I told you to figure it out yourself, alright? Today was a half day for me, and I'm currently on my way home. So no, I'm not going to buy you anything at the cafeteria either.
Huh? Why did you go home?
I'm worried about my wife, so I decided to take a leave.
What? Seriously? Your wife can't take care of herself or something?
I'm sorry, but goodbye.
Jesus. Both you and your wife are useless, it seems. Hey, Mateo. What's this lunchbox your wife made for me today? Does she want to bully me or something? So rude.
Yes? What is it you want now, Stella?
Hold on. Don't tell me that the lunchboxes up until now were made using frozen foods, and for some reason your wife, who's terrible at cooking, decided to make it from scratch today.
I'll ask you again. What in the world are you talking about?
I'm talking about today's lunchbox. The one that was underneath your desk.
I really don't understand what you're saying right now, Stella.
I said, I ate the lunchbox your wife made for you today, but the food tasted bad for some reason.
Huh?
Seriously, so that's what bad food tastes like. Are you sure your wife's taste buds are okay? What in the world were those condiments she put in there?
But I plan on eating out for the day since I'm not going to be in the office.
Huh? What do you mean you're not going to be in the office? Then whose lunchbox is this then?
I'm going to go to my clients directly from home and then go home from there as well. Bringing my lunchbox around with me would be a bit inconvenient, don't you think?
Yeah, but there was a lunchbox underneath your desk. Which means that it was the lunchbox your wife made for you, right?
Hold on. I don't think that's my lunchbox, but Rosario's lunchbox. He's the guy who sits next to me.
What? This was Rosario's lunchbox? Why the hell is it under your desk?
I'll explain it to you, but first, is your stomach feeling alright?
Huh? Why are you asking? My stomach feels fine, just thank you.
You see, I just got a text from Rosario earlier. Rosario went to work on Saturday as well, and since the company cafeteria was closed, he brought his own lunchbox. And so he put the lunchbox on the edge of his desk, but apparently he found it distracting, so he put it under my desk instead.
No, but I just ate this lunchbox earlier. I'm not talking about this Saturday, Mateo.
I haven't finished talking yet. It seems Rosario was really upset and forgot to eat lunch. By the time he was supposed to go home, he had forgotten about the lunchbox he put under my desk and went home without it.
So what you're saying is...
Yup. He says he only remembered right before today's lunch break. He said to me, I know there's a lunchbox under your desk, but it's my lunchbox that I forgot on Saturday. Just leave it, okay? It seems he was panicking a bit when he contacted me.
What? Why did you just leave something like that under your desk? Why didn't you take care of it in the morning?
I told you. I went to our clients directly from home today, and I'm going to go directly home from there as well. Weren't you listening to a word I said? And it's Rosario's day off today as well, so he couldn't have cleaned it up whether he wanted to or not.
So the lunchbox that I ate was...
Yes, it was Rosario's lunchbox, which he forgot under my desk 2 days ago. You must have thought it was mine, and as usual, tried to steal it.
Wait. Ew, that's disgusting. You just let me eat something like that? Are you trying to kill me or something?
Well, it was Rosario who left his lunchbox there for some reason. But you shouldn't be trying to eat others' lunchboxes in the first place, Stella.
Oh.
What is it?
You had to tell me that story, didn't you? Now my stomach feels strange because of it.
You probably want to go see a doctor.
Where's the fucking toilet? You need to pay me an alimony. 30,000 euros minimum.
Huh? Why in the world do I have to pay you alimony?
Because I was taken away by an ambulance and hospitalized because of you. You caused me a lot of pain and distress.
How in the world is this my fault?
If you had just gone to work as you usually did, this never would have happened. I got out of the hospital yesterday, but I kept vomiting and I had diarrhea too. Pay me both an alimony and the hospitalization expenses. Also, pay me my salary for the days I wasn't able to work. Oh, and pay for my living expenses for a while too.
Apparently you said the same thing to Rosario?
Of course I did. It was also his fault for leaving his lunchbox there. I almost died, you know.
About that. When Rosario found out that I wasn't at the office, he contacted our other colleagues as well about the lunchbox he had forgotten.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
And so one of the other employees tried to throw away the inside of the lunchbox, but that's when you suddenly shoved him aside, shouting, "That's my lunchbox."
I thought that he was trying to steal the lunchbox. That's why I shoved him.
Weren't you trying to steal the lunchbox yourself? And besides, only you would think of doing such a thing. This employee wasn't you after all.
What? Are you calling me a thief or something? I told you already that I'm doing this to save time and money. I'm a single mother that has to take care of 3 children, you know. The least you could do is give me your lunchbox.
But isn't that attitude what got you in the hospital in the first place? I think that one would normally notice if the contents of a lunchbox are 2 days old by how it smells and how it looks. Why did you eat it anyways? Did you seriously not notice it was rotten?
Well, it did kind of stink when I opened it, but I just assumed that your wife's cooking was actually bad, and that everything until now was frozen food.
So you thought up all that, but you didn't consider that it was rotten. That reminds me, I heard that you were fired, Stella.
How in the world did you know that?
There was an announcement in the company chat. I thought that you were only stealing my lunchboxes, but apparently you were stealing some of the company stuff as well.
Are you judging me or something? You don't know what it's like having to raise 3 children on your own. I need to save money in any way that I can.
Yes, I don't know what it's like, but I'm sure it's a lot of work. It doesn't mean that you can steal things, though.
Don't you feel any sort of pity for me? My husband suddenly divorced me and left me with his 3 children, and now I have to take care of them on my own.
That's unfortunate, but no, I don't pity you. Maybe if you hadn't stolen my lunchboxes several days in a row, I would have.
Huh? But I only did that precisely because I was so pitiful.
And I know that you're lying to me when you say that your husband suddenly divorced you and left you with his 3 children. I heard that you actually got divorced with your husband because you cheated on him. But not only that, but the father of your children wasn't him either. And so you aren't able to receive child support from him.
How the hell do you know that?
Your parents came to the office to apologize for your actions. They told everyone at the office about your past.
Seriously? My parents came to the office? Who do they think I am? A child?
Well, it does seem like you can't find something to eat on your own, so... Anyways, your parents gave me some money as an apology for you stealing the lunchbox my wife made me. So please, don't come near me ever again.
Hold on. What about the alimony and the hospitalization fees? The hospitalization fees cost 5,000 euros, and for the alimony, I'm going to make you pay 30,000 euros. And you're going to pay for me and my 3 children's living expenses for the near future. I know. If you're not going to pay me the money, then take responsibility for your actions and marry me. It's a generous offer, right? All you have to do is divorce your current wife and marry me instead. And I'll forget about the alimony and hospitalization fees. All you'd have to do is provide for me and my 3 children.
Are you being serious right now? Why the hell do you think I would want to marry you?
It doesn't matter what you want. You have to pay for what you did to me by marrying me and providing for me and my children.
Absolutely not. Goodbye. I wonder what she was thinking when she told me to marry her. It seems my wife understood, though. My wife was next to me while me and Stella were having this conversation by text. And when Stella told me to marry her, my wife said, I was right all along. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Stella probably fell in love with me, and so stole the lunchboxes that Rena made for me because she viewed my wife as an enemy and rival. I unconsciously grimaced and said, ew, when she told me that. Stella, on the other hand, was forced to go home to her parents along with her 3 children. At a later date, the company asked her to pay for the damages she had caused stealing stuff. It was only 1 month since she had joined the company before she left, but as you can tell from the bill, 50,000 euros, Stella messed up real bad. It seems like she's now working from day to night every day. But since almost all of this goes to her payment of the alimony and damage costs, she has no money to spend on her own appearance. Apparently, she was seen going to work with clothes that looked like they were 30 years old one time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Do you mind not coming to my wedding after all?
But Claire, the invitation has already arrived, and I already RSVP'd that I'd be coming with my husband. He's your older brother.
My brother can come on his own. This date is about me, and it'll be a problem if you come.
What? Why would that be a problem?
Come on! You're like 25 centimeters taller than me, and you have a successful career. And all of the people from my fiancé's company will be looking at you, you know, or something like that. I'm finally having a wedding, so I can't have another woman come and steal the spotlight. I'm the one who's supposed to be the center of attention, so I can't have someone like you who stands out so much come and ruin that.
But you're so cute. There won't be any problems.
I know I'm cute. That's obvious. But if you think flattering me is going to make me change my mind and let you come to my wedding, you're wrong.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
Anyway, on the day of the wedding, just make up some random excuse to get out of it.
Yeah, except I'm with your mother and brother right now, and they've both seen this conversation.
What?
Hey, Samantha. How are you feeling? You don't happen to be feeling sick at all, do you? You know, maybe you feel too sick to come today?
Nope, nothing like that at all.
Oh, is that right?
Claire, if I don't show up today, wouldn't that just make you and James look bad in front of everyone?
Why would that be?
Well, I don't think I really have to explain my position, but basically I'm married to the brother of the newlywed wife. On top of that, I'm your soon-to-be husband's most important client. And if I say so myself, by trying to force me to stay away just because you want to be in the spotlight, a lot of the other guests who know me will probably look down on you for it.
Oh, do you really think so? Well, at the very least, be quiet and don't stand out. I'm the queen of today.
I told you, it's fine. Just calm down a bit. It's by making such a fuss over this that you'll end up looking bad. Your brother and mom told you that too, didn't they?
OMG, that's so horrible!
That's rich coming from you. Whose fault is it that I fell down the stairs and can't walk anymore?
Hey, it wasn't on purpose, you know. It was an accident. I just stepped on the edge of your dress. Sorry I knocked you down, but it must have really hurt a lot falling down the stairs. You'd better go to the hospital right away. You might have even hit your head without realizing. What if you got a concussion? Damn, I really wanted you to be a part of the ceremony too, but if an injured person is there, there's just too much to worry about, you know? What if you actually did hit your head badly and fainted in the middle of the ceremony? How bad would that be? Seriously, I'm worried. So make sure you go to the hospital. You can even just go home. Don't worry about the wedding at all.
You really don't want me to attend that badly?
What? Not at all. Seriously, I'm super disappointed. From the bottom of my heart.
If you're insistent, I guess it can't be helped. I'll go get checked out at the hospital.
Good, good. I'll also be less worried that way.
It's probably just a sprain, though.
Hey, why did my brother leave too? You could have just gone to the hospital on your own. Obviously, his little sister's wedding is more important than anything else. Tell him to come back. I tried to tell him myself, but he won't pick up his phone or reply on WhatsApp either. Are you kidding me? Mom and Dad went with you to the hospital too? Why would they do that? And when they heard that, Grandma and Granddad, even my cousins all left too. What's going on? Even my fiancé left? We can't have the wedding without James. Why? Why is everyone leaving with you, Samantha? What about my wedding? Did everyone forget that I'm the most important person today? Oh, that's right. Samantha, come back right now. Then everyone will come back too. It's your fault that everyone left to begin with, so you better make it right. How could this happen? It's all your fault, Samantha. The wedding got canceled, and it's all because you fell down the stairs.
So basically, you pushed me down the stairs on purpose, but then want to blame me for what happened? Have I got that right?
Huh? I told you that it wasn't on purpose. I told you that it was an accident that I stepped on your dress.
Oh, come on. You couldn't come up with a better excuse than that?
What do you mean?
I was worried about tripping on the hem of my dress, so I wasn't even wearing a long dress that day.
Huh?
And besides that, didn't you realize that there was CCTV installed?
CCTV?
My husband asked the wedding venue to take a look at the recording too. What it shows is the exact moment you kicked my legs from behind and then me falling down the stairs.
Are you serious?
What's important though is that James was there at the very moment they watched the video.
No way. Is that why everyone left the wedding to go with you to the hospital?
Well, that's what would happen, isn't it? As a husband, James felt responsible for what his own wife had done. And when we met at the hospital, he was continually apologizing to me.
I can't believe it.
And also,
What, there's something else?
Right now, your grandparents, cousins, and James are all together at your parents' house.
What?
It goes without saying that your brother and your parents are there too.
What's going on? Why are they all together?
How about I give you some clues to help you work it out? I won't forgive anyone who stands out more than me at my own wedding. Wear plain clothes and ugly makeup, or make sure that you all make a fuss and pamper me on my wedding day. Or children get in the way and stand out, so either leave them at home or make sure they come looking as plain as possible. And your husband is really attractive, so make sure to bring him. Of course, you'll also have to bring 2 gifts. And if you don't, I'll make sure to steal your husband away from you. Ha 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 ha. Do any of these messages ring a bell? You sent them to your friends, your cousins, even your fiancé's friends.
How do you have those messages?
I just told you that everyone is getting together at your parents' house. It seems like the way you treated me was the limit for everyone, and they used this opportunity to let everything out about you.
What the hell is this?
And that's not all. Though you didn't invite him to your wedding, you told your male friend not to tell that you cheated on your fiancé while you were engaged. And if he kept his mouth shut, you'd hook him up again after the wedding.
Where'd you get that?
That guy is the older brother of one of your friends.
No way.
He said that he had no idea that you were engaged, and from then, everything got revealed one after the other.
You've got to be kidding me. Samantha, I'm begging you, please tell everyone to keep this awful secret from James.
Keep it a secret? I just told you earlier that James is with everyone right now, didn't I?
What?
And James's parents are at your new place right now too. Everyone wanted to make sure that you didn't just run away after you realized that everything's been aired in the open. James is heading there right now. You'd better prepare yourself for what's to come.
Oh no.
Oh, and by the way, about you pushing me down the stairs, I filed a report with the cops about that too.
What? We got divorced, and sure, we settled the claim out of court, but the fees are getting insane. I also need to pay a settlement to James, and I'm footing the bill for the entire wedding, too. Why is this happening? I was supposed to be the happy bride, but now even Mom, Dad, and my brother won't speak to me. I can't even go back to live with them either. All of my friends have cut ties with me. How could this be happening? Samantha, say something. Why did things turn out like this?
Any normal person would immediately realize what they did and try to reflect and apologize for it. But Claire is too proud for that. It seems she developed such an extreme personality during high school when she became arrogant from the success of her first relationship. That was the beginning of the end. At least, that's what I heard. But if you still can't control your emotions and desires even after becoming an adult, apparently, a distant male relative raised the money for all the settlements and fees she had to pay in exchange for her coming to live with him. But it seems he has the mindset that whatever woman he happens to get his hands on becomes his property. From the way that Claire looked and started shaking from hearing this, it looks as though she managed to imagine how miserable her life will be from now on.
Hello there, Jenny. Randy here. Remember me, right? Must be 20 years ago that we last spoke.
Huh? Randy? Seriously? Is this some kind of joke? This is a prank, right? Why do you even know my line contact?
I saw your line info on my mom's phone and got it from there. Without her noticing, of course.
Don't tell me. It was at Dad's funeral last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't very well miss my dad's funeral. It's been 20 years since I stepped into that house. I really didn't expect my ex-wife to be sitting there grieving with all the rest of my relatives.
I had no idea you were there.
Yeah, well, my mom was pretty insistent about me keeping a low profile. As a matter of fact, she especially wanted me to avoid you.
I see. I guess your mom was looking out for me.
I thought you were long gone, to be honest. After all these years, you're still friendly with my folks? Doesn't make sense.
Well, they felt bad that their son took off, abandoning your child. All they did was help their granddaughter. They couldn't just abandon her like you did. They supported me all those years. Your daughter was sitting right next to me at the funeral. I guess you didn't even notice her, did you?
Oh, yeah, I missed that. But I really can't get over it. What were my folks thinking? Taking you in and supporting you? And for what, 20 years? My God! Sorry, but I can't accept a daughter that you gave birth to. Never happened. If she's anything like you, the first thing that came to my mind was that she probably doesn't look very smart. I told myself I could never bring up such a half-wit. Don't you remember my educational background? I went to the top Ivy school in the country. I'm what you call one of the elites. And what, may I ask, kind of school did you send her to? Your local community college, I bet.
Are you still going on about that? How many times have I told you that you can't just judge people by what school they went to?
I told you I didn't want a kid, and when you went against my will and had one anyway, you wouldn't even consider putting her up for adoption. That's why I divorced you.
Well, you made the right decision.
Yeah, you could say that again. So, that means she's 20, huh? Already an adult.
What's it to you anyway?
I'm just curious how she turned out. That didn't get a look at her at the funeral, but I'm sure she looks as dumb as you.
I'm going to warn you right now, no way I'm going to allow you to meet her. She has no father.
Don't worry. I have no intention whatsoever of being her father. Forget that.
Hey Mom, just finished celebrating my birthday with friends.
Happy birthday, Wendy! How does it feel to be out of your teens?
All the same, nothing's changed. A bunch of us are heading over to the mall. Would you mind picking me in about 2 hours at the entrance?
Okay, no problem. The main entrance on Lincoln Street, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
What is it?
we were at the cafe celebrating my birthday, and after we finished, my friend ran into this weird guy outside. Said something to her.
A weird guy. This was just a while ago? What did he say?
Yeah, like 15 minutes ago. He asked her if her mom's name was Jenny.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Guy was like in his mid-50s, dressed kind of like a bum, and smelled pretty bad. I was wondering that maybe it was Dad. Didn't he come to Grandpa's wedding last month? He sent you a line message, right? You said he was keen about my 20th birthday or something. I wonder if he stopped by to get a look at me?
Well, if the guy is in his 50s, 4 years older than me, there is a good possibility it could be him.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Just don't be alone while at the mall until I pick you up. You got that? If by chance you run into him, just act like you don't know him and don't tell the guy your name. Do that and you'll be okay.
Yeah, got it, Mom. I'll be careful. Mom? Are you there? I think I just ran into my father.
Excuse me? You what?
Friend of mine went to the restroom and ran into this guy standing outside. The guy asked her if her mother's name was Jenny. Apparently her mom's name is Gina. I don't know, maybe she just heard wrong, but anyway, she said yes. Once this guy heard that, he started bad-mouthing her, calling her names, calling her mom a whore, and chastising the way she was dressed. Right away, I thought it was Dad, and that he was actually talking about me, so I had to step in to help her. I mean, she was on the verge of tears. I don't know if that gave me away, that he knew I was actually his daughter, but anyway, I saved my friend, and we ran into the ladies' room to get away from the guy.
Oh my god, seriously? Just glad you're okay. I'm on my way over there. Just stay there until I arrive. You got that? Where's the bathroom at?
The one right next to Starbucks. Hurry up, Mom.
Just as I thought. She looked even dumber than you. But seriously, I didn't think she would be that bad. She was dressed like some call girl on 5th Street, for God's sake. You say she just turned 20? You're not serious. Are you sure she even went to high school? Right when I was talking to her, her buddy steps in and took her away. Now, if that friend was my daughter, I could forgive you. She looked way smarter and very pretty to boot.
That girl you lambasted at the mall, that was your daughter's classmate. And that pretty girl was your daughter, you idiot.
Huh? Say again?
Yeah, the girl's mom's name is Gina. Probably misheard you or something. I mean, it's not every day that some weirdo bum accosts you at the mall.
Excuse me?
Are you dense? That was not your daughter. Mistaken identity.
Huh?
Oh, and that girl you accosted? She's a college student.
What? You're kidding.
You accosted an innocent girl in public. Do you really think you'll be forgiven for chastising a young woman in public? It's the talk of the town now. People suspect that it was you. Totally embarrassing. How could you do such a thing?
Right? I was just... I thought she was...
And another thing, my daughter is a college student now, too. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah? Well, anybody can get into college nowadays. Like I said, probably some second-rate community college. What's she majoring in? Gender studies? I mean, you gave birth to her, and at a pretty late age of that, too. Giving birth late in the game deprives them of adequate brain cells.
Actually, she's heading to the UK next semester. Cambridge. I wouldn't say it's a community college.
Excuse me? You mean Cambridge? That Cambridge? That's one of the top schools in the world. What? Do you have connections or something? How could she get in?
No connections. Actually, she wanted to go to a local art school, but changed her mind and said she wanted to go overseas and picked Cambridge University. She applied and was accepted.
Hold on one second. How could you even afford to send her there?
Are you talking about me paying the tuition?
Yeah, a single mom like you, a woman that happily gave up a highly educated elite like myself. How could such a loser afford to pay tuition to Cambridge, for God's sake? No way you could afford to send your daughter to a university overseas. And besides...
Let me stop you right there, Randy. You're forgetting one thing.
What are you talking about?
If you recall, I was a manager at the company I was working for back when we got divorced. You do remember that time, don't you? Or are you senile already?
I'm just fine, thank you.
Well, it's been 20 years since then. Things have changed quite a bit. I'm a successful businesswoman now.
Huh? You're not serious.
Nevertheless, Wendy didn't want to be a burden and worked part-time for years to save for tuition. I think I did a pretty good job raising my daughter. And as for your mom and dad, they really felt bad about what you did to us, leaving us high and dry, abandoning your own daughter. They supported us all these years, more than you can imagine.
But I was only trying to... Hey, Jenny, are you there? Pick up ASAP. Why aren't you here? Where the hell are you?
Excuse me?
I put aside my pride and decided to get back together with you. I brought all my stuff. I'm ready to move back in with you. So, where the hell are you?
Wait. Pardon me?
I came here to the house with all my luggage and rang the doorbell. And guess who answered the door? Big muscular dude. Tattoos up and down his arms.
Randy, I have no idea what you're blabbering about. Hold it a second. Did you go to the Village Apartments down in Riverside? That old place we used to live? Is that place still standing?
Yeah, that's right. Where do you think I would go? If you're gonna move out, give me a heads up for God's sake. Man, that was embarrassing as hell. So, where are you living now? Give me the damn address. I'll hop in a cab and get over there right away.
Hey, Randy.
Boy, oh boy, I'm gonna regret getting back together with you if you keep acting like such a doof.
I've been happily married for the past 10 years.
Pardon me?
We lived there until Wendy finished junior high. We moved after that. That was like 10 years ago. Got married soon afterwards. We bought a house and have been living there with my folks ever since.
You married some other guy? Are you serious? This was 10 years ago?
Randy, what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, you abandoned your daughter even before she was born, and I haven't heard from you in 20 years, and now you want to marry me? That's crazy! Even if I was still single, no way I would ever get back with you again. You're living in fantasy land, Randy.
Yeah, well, I was only trying to tell you the truth. I was fired from my job.
Huh? You got fired?
Yeah, we had a new employee come in. She graduated from the same school as me, so we hit off nicely, but I suppose I pushed it a bit far. Well, to make a long story short, she accused me of stalking her.
Are you telling me that you got fired for being a stalker? You were stalking one of your company employees?
Yeah, and I got kicked out of the apartment I was living at too. I couldn't cover the rent. At this age, I'm just not able to land a good job. That was about the time Dad died, and so I figured I would get a little inheritance, but it turns out he left me out of his will. I was left with nothing. I really thought it was the end for me, but then found out you were doing very well for yourself, and so I figured you could.
Hold it right there. You were hoping I would take care of you? Is that it?
Yeah. I guess it's about right.
Oh, yeah? What happened to the super savvy Ivy League success story you're always talking about? So after all these years, you managed to become a pervert, a stalker of young women. Is that it? My God, what is happening to you, Randy?
I tried to.
And about your mom, she's going to enter the senior citizen home now that her husband has passed away. All she has to do now is sell the house and just move into the home. It's all set. Which means you have no home to go back to. Is that about right?
Why? Why? Why doesn't anything go my way? I graduated from an elite Ivy League school. I was guaranteed a successful life. I had it made. What did I do that was so wrong? I deserve better than this.
I think you relied too much on which school you went to and not on your character.
Huh?
Being smart and being an honorable person, it's hard to balance the two. You really should have worked on the latter. I recommend that you work on that going forward.
Hey, come on, Jenny. Let's discuss this, huh?
If you come around here again, I'm going to get my lawyer to make you pay for Wendy's child and education support, which you neglected to pay all these years. Are you ready for that?
Please. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, if that's the case, we never want to see you again. Forever. And I mean it. Forever.
Could you at least give me some money? I can't survive without some money.
Goodbye. I later heard that Randy returned to his old apartment. Apparently, he had it until the end of the month. In order to survive, he got a job as a construction worker for the time being. I hear he's just getting by. But old habits die hard, and he kept mentioning his so-called elite background, which, as you can imagine, that kind of condescending attitude infuriated people around him. Well, he certainly lost a lot of friends with such an attitude. Actually, I'm not all that surprised. If that wasn't enough, he was sued by that girl's family, the one he berated at the mall, and ended up having to pay compensation for emotional distress he caused their young daughter. All that was in a letter he wrote to me. The letter was 5 pages long. It went on and on about how the world had victimized him. I barely got through the first page before putting it through the shredder.
Yo, Kate! I'm going to my parents' house.
What? From now? Didn't you tell me that you need to work overtime and will be home around 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I'm going after that.
Why? Did something happen?
I totally forgot that tomorrow is my middle school reunion.
Reunion?
Yeah. Since it's going to start around noon, I'm going to meet up with my friend an hour before. I forgot to buy train tickets. Plus, I don't think that there are going to be any night buses around the time I get home.
How about taking the first train in the morning?
Nope. Can't make it on time. So I decided to take the car.
Are you serious? You're planning to drive without sleeping? That's very dangerous.
Exactly. So that's why you're driving.
Huh? Me?
Do you have a problem? I'm pretty sure that you're just laying around the house since you're on maternity leave now, so you should have no problem with this. You can take a rest and nap when we get there, so that you can drive us back home.
Wait, I'm going to drive back home also?
What are you talking about? I'll be drinking at the reunion, so I can't drive.
Can we please take the train back home at least?
Huh? What about the car? We can't just leave it at my parents' house.
Wait, hold on. Didn't I tell you that I have terrible nausea due to pregnancy? I can't move that much either because my baby bump is getting bigger. Are you still going to make me drive?
Okay, well, excuses. All you do is lay around the house all day.
I lie down because I feel sick.
Isn't that the same thing as doing nothing? Well, I work every day for you, so it's your job to drive.
Since when? Well, I have terrible nausea, so there's no way I'm driving.
Stop being so dramatic. You know how they say that drivers don't get motion sickness? Yeah, so you should be okay.
Are you kidding me?
Be there in 5.
What?
About an hour later... Kate, are you serious? It's not even an hour and you decide to pull over at the drive-in to go to the bathroom? You're so dramatic.
The smell of the car made me nauseous.
Wow, well, I'm in the back seat lying down and trying to sleep. So hurry your ass up! 30 minutes later. Kate! Where the hell are we? Did you seriously go to the bathroom again? If you keep on stopping, we can't make it on time. Let's take the highway. It's faster.
Are you kidding me? There are no bathrooms at the highway. Plus, I'm sick, so it'll definitely cause an accident. So the answer is no.
2 hours later. Seriously? Again? I'm looking at Google Maps, and looks like we only traveled 1/4. What the hell? Let me guess. You probably parked the car a few times and took a rest while I was sleeping, right?
Are you for real? Why don't you drive then, since you were sleeping? I'm tired.
Wow, all you do is complain. Please, don't use the pregnancy excuse again. Get a grip. I have an idea. How about taking a pill for motion sickness?
Please tell me that you're kidding. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, okay. Please, hurry up. I want to take a nap again. 20 minutes later. Kate! Again? Really? If you keep on stopping, it's going to take forever. You know what? I've had it with your bathroom breaks and all the excuses. I will drive myself there. This doesn't mean that you can go home. Feel free to use any transportation to go to my parents' house, but be there by the end of the reunion.
Scott, did you leave me? There's literally no one here. Hi, Anne. Sorry for texting you late at night. You probably are sleeping, but please reply if you see this message. I was heading for your house with Scott, but he left me at a drive-thru and I don't feel good. I'm about to pass out.
Kate? Oh my god, are you okay? What happened? Hold on, I'm going to contact the people there to see what happened. Scott, you better not be planning on going to the reunion. Where the hell are you?
Oh, hey, sis. Why? Oh, come on. I'm hella excited to meet with my friends. You're such a bummer.
I heard that you made Kate drive and even planned on making her drive all the way here in that condition. She's pregnant. Are you for real?
Oh, about that. She made the pregnancy excuse because she didn't want to drive, which is bullshit. So that's why I left her.
What? Left her? Why did you do that?
Because I can make it to the house on time. Plus, there's transportation she can take. Wait, how do you know about this? Is she there already?
She was carried to the hospital.
Why?
Stress. It's your fault.
Huh?
I reached out to the place where you left her and they asked me for help. They said a pregnant woman fainted, so we had to call the ambulance. After the call, Dad and I rushed to the hospital.
Oh, snap. Really?
You don't understand how bad her condition is, do you?
Is it that bad? Last year, there was a coworker of mine who was pregnant but came to work.
People have different kinds of pain when it comes to being pregnant. Kate is suffering from the worst pain possible.
Oh.
I can't believe that you forced her to get up and made her drive. She was crying and was saying that she had no choice but to drive because she wanted to protect the baby. She definitely needs to be hospitalized until she gives birth. Do you not know what you could have done to her and the unborn child?
I just didn't want to be late to the reunion.
I heard that you also put the blame on her for not buying the train ticket.
Yeah, but she's my wife. So isn't it normal for her to support me?
Yes, but don't you know that there's a limit? You just sent your wife to the hospital. Are you stupid enough to not know why?
What hospital is Kate at?
Why should I tell you?
Because she's my wife?
Stress can affect the baby, you know. So, no, I will not let you see her until she is okay, or maybe you won't be able to see her forever. Who knows?
This is so wrong.
Oh, I already told everyone, including her parents, about this, by the way.
What?
Everyone is pissed at you.
Why did you do that?
Now you understand why I told you to forget about the reunion, right? Come home right this minute.
Oh my god, please help me! Kate's planning to divorce me!
And?
There's a rumor going on about Kate being taken to the hospital and how it's my fault. Everyone is giving me the cold shoulder. If I divorce Kate, my plan to show everyone that I'm a good father will be useless!
Wow.
What?
Are you not realizing that this is the reason Kate wants a divorce? Speaking about divorce, we will have a family meeting about it after she gives birth and gets settled. Keep in mind that no one is going to be on your side.
You're not gonna help me?
Of course not.
Why?
Are you stupid enough to not know why?
Can you tell me?
You have a brain. Why don't you use it?
I really don't know.
Wow, really?
Come on, please!
No. Actually, you know what? I am so fed up with you, so don't ever contact me again. Bye.
No! Please! Hello?
So after a month after I gave birth, I found out that Scott was cheating on me and even had the nerve to bring her home. Scott's dad found out about this and forced him to sign the divorce papers. I demanded compensation from him and the girl, plus Anne made him pay child support. I heard from Anne later on that the reason why he didn't want a divorce was because I make good money. He was after my money. That explains why he was disrespectful to me. About his job, he was transferred to a small local company, making all the payments with the support from his mom, who's taking care of his salary. Today, he's working, bearing the cold shoulders he's getting.
Hey, Troy, can we talk?
What's up, Melanie?
This came as a total shock to me, and I'm not sure how to explain this to you.
What's the matter?
I'm applying for my passport, so I went to the city hall to get proof of my marital status.
Really?
Yeah, when the clerk came back with my file, it said I'm divorced? What's going on? Is there something you want to tell me?
Yeah, about that. I was gonna tell you sooner or later.
Troy, what's going on?
Sorry, Melanie, but I can't be married to you anymore.
What? Troy, if this is a joke, you've gone way too far.
I wouldn't divorce you as a joke.
So, it's true?
Yeah, it is.
Why, Troy? What on earth would we get divorced for? We're not having any relationship problems, are we? But even if we were, why would you divorce me without telling me? Do you have any idea what you've done?
I had no choice.
What do you mean you had no choice?
Well, I mean, Brianna got pregnant.
Huh? Wait, Brianna? You mean my little sister?
Yeah.
Mom told me she was pregnant, but you're the baby's father?
Yeah, I am.
Troy, I don't believe this. How long has this been going on?
Well, actually, we exchanged numbers when we first met before the wedding. We started talking that night, and eventually she started saying she wants to meet up.
No.
And for my part, I did tell her no at first, but she kept sending me multiple messages a day. She said she was in love with me, and after a while, well, I kind of, you know.
That's all it took for you to start up an affair with your wife's younger sister? And when she got pregnant, you divorced me without even telling me?
I mean, yeah, putting it simply, that's what happened.
How could you?
Think about it. It's my child. I have to take responsibility, don't I?
Responsibility? What about your responsibility to me? Shouldn't you have talked to me about this first? Not only did you sleep with my sister, you divorced me without saying a single word to me. What is the matter with you? What kind of person does that?
See, this is exactly why I couldn't talk to you. I knew you'd blow up on me and Brianna.
And you're blaming me for this?
Brianna gave me a child before you did, so you must be jealous. I know, but seriously, grow up.
Grow up? Me? You impregnated my sister, but I need to grow up? Alright, I'll start talking like a grown-up then. Grown-ups know that you have to serve your spouse before you can divorce them.
Serve? Serve what?
So this looks to be a case of identity theft, perjury, fraud, and a few other crimes. But we'll put that aside for now. Judging by your attitude, it looks like I won't be able to change your mind.
Ha! So you're finally giving up? Why couldn't you just say that from the get-go? What a waste of time and energy.
Do you think I'm giving up?
Didn't you just say that you were?
Do you really not know just what sort of mess you're in?
What are you talking about?
You really didn't think this through, did you?
Are you trying to scare me? It's not gonna work.
Anyway, get out of the house.
What? Why?
The title is in my name, remember?
Oh yeah, I guess I did forget about that. But at least give me some time to pack.
Alright, just be out of there by tomorrow night. I'll stay at a friend's house tonight, so I better not see you there tomorrow.
Okay, jeez, get off my back, I'm going.
If you think I'm getting off your back, you've got another thing coming.
Huh?
You'll see. Goodbye for now.
Hey, Melanie. I heard from Troy. He said you were so jealous of us you kicked him out. You were never one to get jealous. How embarrassing for you.
Let me guess, Brianna. You had something to do with my husband divorcing me in secret, didn't you?
Yep. It was awesome. I pretended to be you and we went to the courthouse together so he could divorce you with no problem. How's it feel to have another man stolen from you? Remember when I took your boyfriend back when you were in college? You must be super jealous right now. But Troy picked me, and there's nothing that can change that.
Yeah, I'm super duper jealous. Man, am I jealous. You sure got me. So anyway, don't contact me ever again. I have a lot of work to do thanks to the two of you, so I'm pretty busy right now.
I just wanted to see your reaction. Remember when you found out about me sleeping with your old boyfriend?
And you were all like, yeah, whatever, you can have him.
You're such a loser. Maybe if you weren't so boring and at work all the time, you might be able to keep men interested in you.
I'm imagining your face right now, and I can't stop laughing.
I can see you now, beet red, tears running down your cheeks, hair a mess. Oh, man, you must have really liked Troy. This is the best.
None of those things are true, actually. I mean, if anything, I just feel bad for you.
You what?
I was about to break up with that loser in college anyway. And now that I see what a completely oblivious moron Troy is, I'm pretty much over him too.
I'm not really sure what you're saying. But I guess this means I win. Troy and I will be together forever.
Yeah, you two already got married. That's gonna complicate things.
What are you talking about?
Just to make sure, do Mom and Dad already know about this?
Of course they do. Troy's still their son-in-law. The only thing that's changed is which sister he's married to. And since they're getting a grandchild out of it, what is it to them? As long as you play nice, everything will be fine.
Oh, okay. So you didn't hear about the company?
Huh? The company? Oh, you mean you won't be able to work at Troy's dad's company anymore?
What do you mean?
Well, you're divorced, right? Troy's gonna be the CEO someday. How could you bear to work for the man who abandoned you? That would be a living hell. Don't worry, I'll be there to support Troy once you're gone. You won't be missed.
I can't believe this. I'm surrounded by idiots. So, can this conversation be done now? I don't want your negative energy to have an impact on my baby. Oh, aren't you considerate? Okay, bye-bye. Hey, Melanie, are you there? What do you want? Why did Troy get fired from his company? More importantly, Troy's dad is cutting off support for our dad's company. What's going on? What did you do, Melanie? Nothing much, really. All I did was tell Troy's parents that he divorced me and married my sister. That's all? Is that really all you did? Yep, that's it. Everything after that was up to Troy's parents. Why? All he did was divorce and remarry. It's 2023. Everyone gets divorced. Why would he get fired for that? Brianna, did you really not know? Know what? Our dad's company is close to bankruptcy. What? The only reason Troy and I got married was to secure funding for the restructuring from Troy's dad. Huh? But what's the big deal? I'm his daughter too. I'll marry Troy and everything will be business as usual. There was one more condition. What condition? This is actually the more important part. Troy's dad had to put me on the board of his company. He had his eyes on me for a while because of my business qualifications. What? It'll make sense soon. So, now that one condition of the support, my marriage to Troy, was ended in a legally problematic way, and the other half of the deal, the skilled businesswoman wife, has been taken out of the picture and replaced with a useless freeloader who never worked a day in her life, exactly what reason would he have to continue his support? I have no idea what any of that means. Yeah, I didn't expect you would. I'll make a picture book version for you one of these days. But even our parents were as clueless as you. Appalling, really. Anyway, Troy is fired and his dad is cutting him off. Troy's dad's funding for our company is also cut off. And nothing is going to change that. I can't believe it. Oh, by the way, Troy's dad, the current CEO, called me earlier. He said he wants me to stay on at his company. What? And since both of you and our parents have betrayed me, this seems like a great opportunity to cut you out of my life. Melanie, wait! Oh, and I'm also going to sue you. Bye! Melanie, you can't do this! Pick up your phone! Soon after that, my dad made Troy the president of his company. But it seems like Troy doesn't quite have his father's business acumen. The company, which was already in trouble, slid even further into the red and declared bankruptcy. Troy now has to deal with both a swarm of angry creditors and the settlements we reached for him cheating on me. Brianna gave birth to a healthy baby boy, but immediately cracked under the pressure of parenthood. One of Troy's cousins felt sorry for the kid, reached out to them, and offered to adopt him. So they took him in, and they're raising him like one of their own. Troy eventually started begging me for help and to take him back. I told him I already had a new boyfriend and blocked his number. I think I managed to find myself a keeper this time.
Hi, Sarah. Have you decided to quit your job yet? It's been 3 months since you married my son, Andrew. You need to focus on having children. The best way to do that is to quit your job and become a housewife. You know the reason you're having trouble having children? It's because you're always so tired after coming home from work.
Miss Jameson? I'm currently at work, so can we please talk about this later if it isn't urgent?
Oh, is that so?
I leave my smartphone on my desk due to work reasons.
I get all sorts of messages related to work, so it's kind of distracting getting all sorts of messages from you.
Why not just quit the job?
You say that like it's so easy. I explained this before the wedding, but I can't just quit my job since I'm in an important position.
You're just complicating things, aren't you? There are probably tons of replacements for someone like you.
Actually, that's not really...
If you don't quit, you'll have to divorce, you know?
What?
It's your duty to give your husband's parents grandchildren.
You've got it wrong. You see, I eventually want to have kids too, but I can't just quit my job. Andrew understands this.
There's no way he does.
I thought he talked to you about this.
He's just being nice to you. That's not what he actually thinks. There's no way a child of mine would just forgive you being so selfish.
Selfish? But I just...
What you're doing is selfish no matter how you look at it. The husband's wife needs to prioritize what the mother-in-law says above all else. It's not an exaggeration if I say that you're my slave.
Your slave?
If you understand, then quit your job immediately.
Hi, Andrew. Do you have a minute?
Hey, Sarah. I just checked in the hotel and was just gonna take a bath. What's wrong?
Your mother told me again to quit my job.
What, again?
She even told me that I was her slave.
That's going too far. I thought I already explained the situation to her. Every time I talk to this about her, she gets hysterical.
I see. According to her, you also actually want me to quit my job, but are just being kind to me.
What? No. I only told her what I actually felt. The company's gonna be in huge trouble if you just quit.
Yup. It really can't be helped. I explained this when I met your parents before getting married, but she must have forgotten.
Well, my mom is the kind of person who won't listen to anything a person she thinks is beneath her says. Also, both my grandmother and great-grandmother were the type to quit their jobs once they got married. So maybe she saw this and assumed this was how things were supposed to be.
That reminds me. I heard from your dad that your mom quit her job as soon as she got married.
Yep, I've heard the same story before. Apparently, Mom really wanted to get married and half-forced Dad into it. Dad at the time was just 2 years into his job, so he actually wanted Mom not to quit her job. But Mom had apparently quit by the time he found out.
So he did struggle financially, huh?
Yup. Working after hours wasn't as looked down upon as it is today, so that's how he earned the money he needed until he got promoted and obtained a stable position at the company.
I see.
We've been talking for quite a while now. You see, Dad's asked me for advice or something concerning Mom.
Your dad?
Yes, I'll explain it to you when I get home. I'll be there tomorrow, so let's talk about what we should do about her from now on as well.
Alright. Sorry for bothering you while you're busy.
It's fine. It was an important matter. You can talk to me whenever.
Okay, thanks.
Well, good night.
Good night. Miss Jameson! What are you thinking, sending a letter of resignation in my name to the company I work at?
Oh, hi Sarah. It's because you didn't seem to have the courage to quit by yourself, so I thought I would give you a push on the back.
What do you mean I didn't have the courage? I have no intention of quitting the job I have now.
But I already submitted the letter of resignation. You won't be able to stay at the company now, right? I should have done this all at the start. I wonder why I didn't think of it until now. Now I'm one step closer to being able to see my grandchildren, which means that you surrender and can't be mad anymore.
Well, no. I have no intention on quitting no matter what you do.
What?
If that's your attitude, then I understand. It's time for me to take action as well.
What? Action?
Goodbye!
Sarah, did you quit your job? Today's a weekday and yet you seem to be home. Or is it that you plan on using up your paid holidays before quitting? Sending that letter of resignation worked great. Well, I guess I better teach you how to be a housewife now.
Today's just a day off. Besides, there's no way something like that was going to be taken seriously.
What do you mean?
It was clear that that letter wasn't sent by me.
You're saying they didn't accept it?
Yup, it was sent to the shredder.
What? Do you know how much effort I put into that? That was the best one I made out of many.
It doesn't matter how much you made. They'll all go to the shredder.
Why you? Is that how you talk to your superiors?
If you want to make it like that, then I'm not sure you have the right to be so condescending while you depend on your husband to get by.
What?
It seems that Mr. Anderson has been complaining about you to my husband lately. Apparently, you're not happy with your husband's salary?
I'm the one who manages the house. Just because I'm a housewife doesn't mean I have no right to complain.
Well, I guess being a housewife has its own unique difficulties. But even if you put that into consideration, telling your husband to work overtime so that he'll earn more money, even when the company doesn't allow it anymore, is pretty unfair. In my opinion, you should just get a part-time job.
What are you saying? It's the wife's job to stay at home and protect the house, and it's the husband's job to go out and earn money.
I don't completely disagree with that idea, but there are also times when things need to be done differently. However, I do find it hard to understand why you'd be unhappy with your family's income, since your son has a job and has been supporting himself for years. And your husband, even though he doesn't work overtime anymore, is still a manager at a major company.
Quit yapping! It isn't right for the wife to argue with her mother-in-law. Our family doesn't need a good-for-nothing like you. Divorce my son as soon as possible.
Yup, I turned in my divorce papers yesterday. Along with yours too.
What? My divorce papers? What are you talking about?
Weren't you the one who suggested divorce to Mr. Jameson? You said that if he didn't start working overtime again, you'd divorce him. You even gave him a form filled out with your sign on it, right?
Huh?
Mr. Anderson couldn't do anything about it since his company doesn't allow overtime anymore. So he signed the papers as well and came with me and Andrew, who also submitted our divorce papers.
What are you talking about? That's not what I meant.
I have no idea what you were planning on doing, but it's clear that you're the one who brought up divorce to Mr. Jameson.
That's not... I only meant to...
Well, there's really no point in me getting involved. Mr. Jameson is going to hire a lawyer, so talk to him instead.
A lawyer?
Apparently, he's going to sue you for cheating on him with a male stripper.
What?
Is that why you wanted your husband to work overtime so much?
No, that's not it.
I'll give the phone to Andrew now.
Andrew?
Hi, Mom.
Andrew, you're not just going to leave me, right? It seems that you divorced Sarah, so you'll be able to support me now that your father's divorced me, right? Let's get along from now on, okay?
It's true that me and Sarah got divorced, but we got remarried right after.
What?
I just wanted to change my last name.
What? What are you talking about? There's no way my child of mine would stick with such a useless bride. She's the kind of woman to send the letter of resignation I kindly sent for her to the shredder.
About that, it's unacceptable for someone to send a letter of resignation in the name of someone else in the first place. But what are you thinking, sending the CEO's letter of resignation to the CEO?
What? The CEO's letter of resignation to the CEO?
I told you this already, but it seems either you weren't listening or you forgot already.
What do you mean?
You see, Sarah owns a company.
What?
She's the daughter of the former CEO of the company, and she inherited it a year before we got married. By the way, I work at a company, and Dad works at a client company.
So the reason why she wouldn't quit her job, no matter how many times I told her, was...
Her quitting the job would be the same as disintegrating the family. That would also mean that hundreds of people, including myself, would lose their jobs. It would impact the company Dad works at as well. Even then, you'd tell her to quit?
But she's the CEO?
Also, Sarah's pregnant now.
Really?
But we're not gonna let you meet the child.
What? Andrew?
I don't want to consider someone who insults my wife and cheats on Dad as my mother, which is why I'm cutting ties with you.
Wait!
Goodbye!
A few days later, Miss Jameson found a cheap apartment she could move into immediately and left the house. Apparently, the money she used on male strippers was taken from her and Mr. Jameson's savings account. All she got from the divorce was the money needed for a new apartment and 2 months' worth of money to live on. Not taking any alimony was probably Mr. Jameson's final form of pity to his ex-wife, who was a housewife for 30 years. But still, it's hard to begin supporting yourself after you haven't had a job for 30 years. It seems that she's having trouble at the part-time job she was finally able to find. I saw her apologizing with tears in her eyes to a high schooler a few days back. Apparently, this male stripper she was cheating on Mr. Anderson with left her, now that she has no money. Sadly, she'll probably die alone.
Hey, Catherine, it's been 5 years, right?
What? Lisa? What do you want?
You're so cold.
And what made you think that I'd be kind to you?
But it's been 5 years. You could at least say something like, wow, how have you been?
I couldn't care less about what you've been doing the past 5 years.
What? You're so mean. Oh, I see. You're still mad about your boyfriend Toby from college, right? Oh my god, it's already been 5 years. I understand that I might have taken him from you, but it can't be helped. I was just more attractive to him than you. Besides, it seems that Toby's already married another woman.
I don't really care about Toby anymore. After all, he was the type of guy to just casually start dating another girl while he already has a girlfriend. We only dated for 2 months, so I'm glad I was able to figure that out about him quickly.
I see, but what about your current boyfriend?
What?
What would you do if I told you that I stole your boyfriend again?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not lying, I actually did steal your boyfriend. I found out about how great of a guy he was and knew that we were meant for each other. I'm afraid he's mine now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you want to hear about how we met? You're such a masochist. Fine, I'll tell you. I actually work part-time at a shop near the building of the company you and your boyfriend work at. I saw you two going home together one day.
When was this?
Around 3 months ago. So I waited for a day he would go home alone and talk to him then. I showed him all of my charms, and by the next morning, he was completely in love with me.
I see. Well, that is what you're so good at. This situation feels so familiar.
Yeah. You're the one to blame for not taking more care of your femininity. It's wrong if you point that jealousy of yours towards me.
I'm sorry to ruin your fun, but I don't have a boyfriend.
What?
I'm not even working at a company right now.
What are you saying? Stop embarrassing yourself. I saw it with my own eyes. It's no use trying to lie to me.
But I'm not lying.
Then why did I see you and your boyfriend walking together? How are you going to explain that?
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about, but clearly you just mistook someone else for me.
You're so embarrassing.
I really don't recall the situation you're talking about. If you've got nothing else to say, then can we please end the conversation already?
What? Already?
Bye then.
Fine. See you later, Catherine. Catherine, listen. I've got an important announcement.
What is it? Didn't I tell you not to contact me anymore?
Oh, I thought it was fine since you weren't blocking me.
I heard from somewhere that blocking people like you makes things worse. So I left you unblocked on purpose.
Wow, no mercy, huh? I'm afraid that you won't be so tough after you hear what I have to say, though.
What?
Me and your boyfriend, well, I guess your ex-boyfriend now, are getting married.
What? Is that the person you were talking about a few days ago?
Of course, so how does it feel? You must feel really mad. At our ages, it's normal to start thinking about marriage, right? Sorry for stealing another boyfriend.
Sorry to interrupt you while you seem to be having so much fun apologizing, but I really don't know what you're talking about. Me and my husband aren't divorcing yet, so there's no way you'd be able to marry him.
Wait, what do you mean, husband? But you haven't even married yet.
My husband's sitting next to me right now.
Then who's the person watching TV with me in the same room?
Like I said, I have no idea who you're talking about. My husband says he doesn't even know you.
So you can't come up with a valid excuse, can you? You're just mad you lost. Besides, there's no way someone like you could get married faster than me.
But I actually did get married though.
Stop trying to boast. It's not working. Oh, my boyfriend's calling me, so I gotta go now.
Wait, who's this boyfriend you're talking about?
Did I really say? Obviously, it's your ex-boyfriend.
I'm asking his name.
Bye.
Lisa!
Hi, Catherine. I turned in the marriage papers yesterday.
Oh, okay. Then it's clear the person you're marrying isn't my husband.
What? You're still saying that? I'm actually starting to feel bad for you. You must have loved him very much, but he chose me over you, so you need to move on, okay? I'm the one who's his wife.
I'm telling you, I'm not divorced. I would never cheat on my husband with another guy. So it's clear this boyfriend of yours has nothing to do with me.
Whoa! You really don't give up, do you? Miles is mine now, no matter how much you deny it.
What? Miles?
Yep, your ex-boyfriend Miles. I'll say this one more time for your sake. I'm just a better woman than you.
But that's not my boyfriend. Actually, I'm pretty sure that guy's a criminal.
What? What's this about suddenly?
I want to make sure before I explain it to you. Where was this building you said you saw me and Miles go out of together?
Huh? I don't know the name of the building, but Miles says he works for Goldman Sachs in Manhattan.
Goldman Sachs, huh?
You work there too, right?
What? No, I'm just a housewife.
Huh?
Ah, I understand now. I see what's going on.
What are you talking about? And what's with you suddenly calling him a criminal? Did you go crazy or something?
I'm going to have to explain, so just listen. You see, I have a cousin who works at the same Goldman Sachs building in Manhattan.
Your cousin?
That cousin is my aunt's daughter. My aunt and my mother are identical twins, so that's probably why we look so similar to each other.
Oh.
And the name of my cousin's ex-boyfriend was Miles.
What?
So the guy you thought you stole from me is actually my cousin's ex-boyfriend. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening.
So you're saying I mistook someone else for you?
Yup, that's it. Besides, I moved to California last year when I got married.
California?
That's not the end of the story.
What?
My cousin sued this Miles of yours for trying to pull a marriage scam on her.
He's a con artist?
He hinted marriage to her and was able to steal quite a large sum of money from my cousin.
It can't be.
But this isn't just my cousin.
What?
It seems that there were 2 other women as well. The 2 of them together with my cousin are trying to bring this Miles to court.
He's being accused by 3 women?
Basically, yeah. Apparently, he went to pick out a place for the marriage and got the parents' blessing with all 3 of the women. Frightening, isn't it?
Miles is... There's no way!
They were able to sue him and the whole matter was settled apparently. But he must have had to get a loan to pay that much money.
Wait a minute, why did he marry me if he's in such a situation?
Well, this is just a guess, but he must have found out from somewhere that your family was rich.
What?
He must have been planning on sharing the debt with you after marriage. After all, he did just get sued by 3 women at once.
That won't do. My parents disown me, so I can't rely on them anymore.
What? Really?
All I did was ask them to pay off my debt for me.
What? You're in debt, Lisa?
Yes, the only reason I sold Miles in the first place was because I thought he must have had a lot of money if he worked at Goldman Sachs.
Oh, apparently he was fired.
What?
One of the women who sued him was in an important position at Goldman Sachs, and the other was an employee at an important client company. It seems they decided to fire him for the damages he did to the company.
So Miles is unemployed?
It seems so.
But I already married him.
You should divorce him as soon as possible.
I don't want as such to stain my life at such a young age.
Huh?
I know, I'm going to sue you and your cousin.
What?
It's you and your cousin's fault this happened. It's because you 2 look so familiar. Because of that, I was tricked into marrying the worst guy ever. I'm going to be asking $50K from each of you for a total of $100K, paid in full immediately. You should have experienced what it's like to be in deep debt as well.
No.
What?
It's a waste of time talking to someone like you who thinks they're always the one who's right. So, goodbye.
You're going to run away?
You're the one who's running away from reality, Lisa. Bye for real this time. After that, I had my phone number changed due to advice from my husband. I found out from a friend later on, but apparently Lisa once had an affair with a married man. She was sued by the wife and was forced to get a loan. It was basically the same thing with the con artist Miles. I really don't understand why she enjoys things like this so much. But in the end, 2 people with debts stemming from relationship troubles meet and out of greed end up marrying each other. If this isn't karma, I don't know what is. It's almost like one of those stories. The 2 of them tried to pull a badger game, but immediately got caught by the police. How I heard of that is another story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.